top?
Yeah.
Always a top?
Yeah.
Really? Have you ever bottomed?
I have.
That's such a rude question.
No, it's not. Why don't you sex me or whatever?
Why won't you sex me? Why won't you sex me?
That's actually what I walk around Bear Week saying. Why won't you sex me?
Why won't you let me work a sex party? Okay, y'all, so you've seen the Tinder Swindler on Netflix, right? That man was flying private saying, I love you 2 dates in, and scamming women out of tens of thousands of dollars like it was nothing. Over 50 million people watched that doc, but what happened after the credits rolled? 2 of the women at the center of the story, and let me be clear, these are survivors, and they're finally telling the whole truth. Pernilla Solholm and Cecilia Faihoy have turned their story into something powerful. Their new audiobook is called Swindled Never After. It's part memoir, part warning, part guide, and it hits way harder than the documentary. They talk about all the emotional wreckage, the financial fallout, the gaslighting, and what it really took to reclaim their lives. And they don't just vent, they give you actual tools to spot the red flags, trust your gut, and protect your peace. If you've ever trusted the wrong person, swiped on the wrong match, or had someone say, babe, I'll pay you back next week. Yeah, this is for you. Swindled Never After. The audiobook is out now. Go listen. Stay sharp. Protect your peace. And maybe keep that wallet closed. Welcome to another episode.
George Bush doesn't care about black people. Remember that?
I do.
But are you Team Kanye now?
You know, that's a very... You're trying to get me.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
An actual question.
I'm not with Kanye now. Like, now, he crazy.
Yes, agreed.
But back then, I do think he had some astute insight.
1,000%.
I don't think George Bush cared about black people. I still don't think he does. I think he likes painting. This is a new episode of Why Won't You Date Me? A podcast where me, Nicole Byer, was trying to figure out why I was so single. Even though you could come in my mouth and say, bitch, that's a Tic Tac. My guest today.
I've done that.
No, you haven't. No, you haven't. You came in someone's mouth and said, bitch, that's a Tic Tac.
No, it was something adjacent. Someone came in my mouth and I said, Tic Tacs? Sorry, go ahead.
That's my friend. My friend is a rapper, podcaster, and queer icon. They're one half of the hit show Sloppy Seconds. And did you bring gays to my home who left shoes at my house?
Oh, did they?
I don't know. I have 2 pairs of shoes.
I brought a bunch of gay dudes to your house.
I have 2 pairs of shoes. I cannot figure out who they belong to.
Are they white sneakers?
No, they're New Balances. They're not gays.
No. That's the straight contingency of your
really
friend
is.
group.
It's Dipper or
Hello.
Big Dipper.
Big Dipper.
I call you Dipper.
Yeah, most of my friends do, but my stage name is Big Dipper.
How funny. Big Dipper! That's so funny to be friends with someone and be like, who are you?
What's your name? Hello.
Hi.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. Can I tell you, one of the most wonderful things happened at that party you were at?
What?
So a gay was looking at me. I don't know if it was one of your gays, but there was a gaggle of gays at my house.
Yeah.
And it was delightful. It's how I like to live. And one of them was like, oh my God, that man behind you is so hot. My God. And I turned around, I was like, that's my boyfriend.
Oh.
I screamed
You were like,
and
he's
squealed.
mine.
I was like, he's mine. I can't believe he's attractive to the gays and the women.
So it was a person that you had just met at the party? Okay. Got it. Because I'm like, who's at your house who doesn't know that? Wait, it's probably the gaggle of gay guys that I showed up with.
There were so many people at my house, and there was, I don't know, a good 10 people I didn't know.
Yeah.
And there was a black woman there who just started talking to me, and I was like, who are you?
And what was the answer?
I didn't ask because I was like, you're being so familiar with me. And I was like, black people, they introduce themselves. A black woman to a black woman?
Yeah, I think most people introduce themselves.
No, just black women.
Just black people.
Just black people.
George Bush.
George Bush doesn't care about black people. You know, he cares about oil paintings. He's keeping Michaels afloat.
Do you remember when, like, Ellen's so problematic on so many levels, but like when she just casually was like, and I'm friends with George Bush, it was like, oh, you've elevated beyond.
Yeah.
And like, speaking of Kanye, it's like, I think that's all that happened. It's like, he lost his mother. He was drowning in grief, and he elevated beyond the regular human experience.
And I'm worried about Oprah. She was at Bezos' wedding. And I'm like, I know Oprah's like at a level, but I was like, is she ascending to like madness?
Well, she sent her best friend to space. She said, Gail, I'm not doing that, but you.
That's so funny that she sent Gail to space. I mean, would you go to space?
No.
Me either.
No.
There's enough problems down here.
Nar.
Nar. Nar. Did I do it?
Yeah, you did.
Boy, that was hard.
You did a great
hurt
job.
My brain that day.
I know, because all you have to do is say the letters of the American English.
R and R.
Say RNR.
R&R.
Yeah.
I did Cognacs podcast.
Yes.
It is called R&R.
It's called R&R.
I had such a problem with it.
You know the other one. If you say these three words in our accent, rise up lights.
Rise up lights.
It sounds like razor blades in an Australian accent.
Rise up lights.
Just say rise up lights.
Rise up lights. What?
Rise up lights.
Oh, I can hear it when you say it. I simply cannot hear it when I say it.
It's all right. Do you do accents when you do acting?
What a way to ask that. When you do your little thing, your little acting, when you're doing your little ha-has.
Listen, you work so much, but not all of it is acting. Some of it is presenting, hosting, performing.
Yes.
So when you do acting, I will ask again. When you do acting, but have you done any accents?
No. I'm very, very bad at accents. Really, really awful.
I think you could do some Irish.
Wait. So they be stealing my lucky charms. I went over to Ireland and I talked to Sean and he told me there's no more stew left.
Put her in a film with Saoirse Ronan.
Please!
I love that.
I can't. It's the same thing. I'm trying to learn how to sing.
Sure.
I have a goal. I saw a Broadway show.
Which one?
I don't want to like put all the business out there.
Okay, that's fine.
But I saw a show. One of the leads was not where I wanted her to be. And I said,
but I see why you won't say the name.
I can do that better.
Okay.
So I listened. I was like, really, like 5 minutes in, I was like, I can do this better. So I was listening to the song and I was like, I think this is actually something that can be in my range.
Yes.
And then by the end, I was like, ooh, the end song is kind of hard.
Okay.
But I think we can lower the octave or something at the end and it might be okay. So I have a singing teacher who, his name is Doug. Doug is wonderful.
Wait.
This is an actual goal.
Can I say his last name?
Yeah.
Is it Doug Peck?
Yes.
He's amazing.
I think I can say Doug Peck.
Doug Peck. We love Doug Peck.
He's wonderful.
I know Doug from over a decade ago in Chicago.
Yes, because
doing musical theater.
Yes,
we used to be
running
colleagues.
around with all these people from Chicago that I know.
Yeah, Northwestern.
Like Lapkus, Mateo Lane, which is just, it was funny once Doug told me that, I was like, oh, you're just good people.
Oh, he's incredible.
And I told Doug, because I had started singing lessons last year, because I was like, I look like I can sing, I want to sing. And it wasn't like hitting the way that I wanted it to, so I kind of like gave up, and now I'm like renewed with a goal. And I was like, Doug, I think I need visual learning aids. And he was like, oh, I don't teach like that, but let's try to figure that out together. And then we figured it out.
So
then we made these little things I could take home and practice with. And it was just so nice that like in an hour, he was like, yeah, I can try to figure out how you learn better. And
he's the best.
I said, my goal is by this fall, I'm gonna make me a little tape. I'm gonna send it to them producers. I'm gonna say, let me do a limited run of this show.
You said, excuse me, do I have an offer for you?
Yes.
But you are so good. You're very goal-oriented.
Yes.
Like, since knowing you, I've seen you be like, I'm going to do this. And then you like get the supplies for it and you find a resource and then you learn it. You did fall off on the motorcycle goal.
But I still have a motorcycle.
That's right.
I did. Well, I literally fell off on the motorcycle goal.
Okay, true.
All I could hear was Logan going, Diva, no!
that could be some internal body trauma for sure.
Well, I still have it.
Okay.
I think the battery, I don't think. The battery is dead. But I might get a automatic motorcycle so I don't have to worry about shifting.
Oh.
Or I might
get...
get...
here when you shift?
It's
on the handlebars.
Here and your left foot. It's for a lady dancing. With ADHD, boy, oh boy, is it hard. You got to balance and then you got to hit things. Yes. Ooh, look at me. I can ride a motorcycle. Dipper, who you be fucking?
Oh, gosh. Well, I just got back from Bear Week.
In P-Town?
Provincetown, Massachusetts. Right on the tippy tip of Cape Cod. Yeah, right by the curvature.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Wait, when did you become a bear? Does one become a bear?
Yeah, well, first you are a cub.
Mm-hmm.
And then you blossom into beardom, bearhood.
And an otter is just a thin, hairy man, right?
Yes. We like a lot of gables in the... Gables? Wait.
Gables?
Gables. We like a lot of labels in the gay community, which are, of course, gables. No, when I was younger in high school, I was always chubby. But I was like, what are we going to do with it? Like, where does it go? And how does it settle? And then I went to college and all of a sudden I was like sprouting like a patchy beard and like body hair everywhere. And I was like, what's happening? You know, like I feel like it's like that scene in Beauty and the Beast where you're like, you know, he's like turning into the beast. And I was like, what now? And then all of a sudden, sort of my senior year of college, it all sort of settled. And I was like, oh, I'm covered in body hair and I have a beard. And then I was like, I am a bear now.
I like that. I like that you equated it to turning into the beast from Beauty and the Beast.
Also my favorite X-Men.
Beast! How do you feel about Kelsey Grammer playing Beast?
Has he always? He was the voice in the animated series, right?
He was the original Beast, and then Nicholas Hoult took over in the reboots.
Yeah, you know a lot more about these movies.
About X-Men. I love X-Men.
Well, it makes sense because Beast is like an intellectual. So Kelsey Gables. Kelsey Grammer makes sense there. I don't know. I was more like into the idea. I think I just wanted to fuck Beast.
Sure.
So I was more into the
blue man.
Right? Into the idea of it than like the minutia of like who was doing the acting.
You know, that's an interesting part about X-Men that's not explored and superheroes in general. The
fuckability?
The super fuckers. The people who are they're super chasers.
I understand what you're saying. The mutant chasers.
Yes. It's like, I only fuck mutants.
Now that's $1 million movie idea.
Hey, Kevin.
Hey, Hollywood.
Hey, Kevin Feige.
You really know all these people involved.
I don't think that's his name. I think it's Feige or Feiges.
Okay.
What, do you know, Mars?
I'm looking it up.
Kevin Feige?
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 I should know this.
It's like the yogurt.
That's Feige. Isn't it Feige?
Right. Famously the way to pronounce
Feige.
it.
Isn't it?
I thought it was phage.
Oh. I said it so many times and finally heard what I said.
Feige. The Feige yogurt.
I just did shows in DC.
Yeah.
And I told a rosebud joke and a very small amount of the audience get it. And I was like, that's a recession indicator.
But DC is such a gay.
My crowds are gay. And I was scared. I was like, there's straight people here, and there was like lots of couples. And I was like, it's gonna get bad. If the gays can't spend money to come see me, what's happening?
Where do you think on the like priority list is a Nicole Byer show when it comes to like circuit party, ketamine, new teeth, male wig? Like,
I think I'm above male wig.
Okay.
But I know I'm below a circuit party and ketamine and what was the other thing you said?
New teeth.
New teeth. Well,
Meatball and I always will comment of like when someone reappears and we'll be like, teeth and hair.
Teeth and hair. Went to Turkey. You got that turkey special. Teeth and hair.
That's such like an LA, like that was never in my system. Like never in anywhere in my brain, even though like growing up chubby, like not feeling sexual or like feeling good about my body until like my mid-20s, like needing exterior validation to like someone to say to me like, you're hot. And I was like, oh, you like this? Like all of that. Never did I think about anything cosmetic, like outside in, until moving here. And people talk about it like walking the dog.
It is wild. And when I found out everybody was doing Botox, I was genuinely surprised.
Yes.
I was like, wait, people our age were doing what? And they're doing it like frequently, and there's upkeep. And it blew me away. But I agree with you. I sometimes would look in the mirror and be like, well, I wish I was thinner when I was younger or whatever. But I would never be like, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to get surgery. Right. It never occurred to me. I was like, I'll just learn how to like what I see.
Yes. That was the impulse. Now here, like the amount of people with like very good hairline, slightly thinning bald spot up here, wig. You know, and like, yeah, you used to get like, you have a great set of teeth, compliments. Now, veneers. And you're like, what happened? What's happening?
You know what? I've been watching a lot of old movies. I miss people with fucked up teeth.
Baby.
I miss people with interesting looks. I've talked about this on the podcast before. It's like modern architecture. Everything's starting to look the same.
Yes.
We are all starting to look the same. Where's the personality?
That shirt.
I know.
That's
Isn't it
got
disgusting?
all the personality. Oh, it's stoned.
It's stoned, Diva.
Did it come that way or you had it stoned?
No, it came that way.
What brand is stoning shirts?
Oh, this is vintage.
No,
this
I
is from,
understand. I just want to know the brand name of the vintage shirt.
I don't know. Do you want to look?
No, I bet someone purchased that. I can look. Hold on. Oh my God. It's someone's name.
That's my favorite kind of brand.
Vanna. It is the craziest cursive.
She said, I don't want nobody to read this.
I think it said like Vanna. And then I think it's one of those capital G's in cursive, which is the most complicated one.
I love that.
Gittel or something.
Maybe it's Vanna Glory Built. What am I thinking of?
I don't know, but
Who's Anderson Cooper's mommy?
Another reference that I would never know. Why
Gloria
are we...
Vanderbilt.
Okay,
there is no G in the last name. I got Gloria and Vanderbilt all smushed up. Another reference that I simply wouldn't
Why
know.
would I know Anderson Cooper's mother's name?
Because she's a fashion icon. She had jeans.
Oh, she had jeans.
She had jeans.
Gloria Vanderbilt.
Uh-huh.
That's what you mean?
Yes. I interrupted you. You went to Bear Week in P-Town. This episode is all over the place. But this is what happens when I like my guests.
Yeah,
People are going to go back and watch episodes and be like, wow, this one makes sense. She must have hated her.
No, I listen. I like when you jump around. It's fun. It's like it's like testing my brain as a listener to be like, okay, got it. I'm back on the thread. Yeah, I went to P-Town. Have you ever been to Provincetown?
No.
You would kill.
I know.
Oh, maybe I can get you a gig out there.
I would love that.
Not that you need help getting gigs, but I know the people who run the venues. Okay. But it's amazing. It is this tiny little town that the population, I think the statistic, I'll probably say it wrong, goes from like 3,000 like residents who live there year round to like 60,000 in the summer.
Oh, shit.
It is crazy. People come in droves off the ferry from Boston. It's like a pedestrian town. There's a main street full of stores. Everyone is gay. Everywhere you look, gay people. There's fudge shops and ice cream and lobster everywhere. And all of
Fudge, ice cream, lobster.
That's really what it is.
That's just so funny. Fudge, ice cream. So you can't get a real meal there?
No, you can. You can find a burger, but like you go like, oh, there's another fudge store. And like, oh, more ice cream to be had. Or like,
is there a lot of soft serve?
No, it's ice cream. There's some soft serve in the town. I don't think you should cancel your trip because there's no soft serve.
Okay. I went to a Dodgers game yesterday and I didn't get any soft serve and I'm pretty upset about it.
Do you usually when you go to a Dodgers game?
I'd never been before. This was my first time seeing baseball in person.
Okay.
It was crazy.
And did you have your hopes set on a soft serve? Okay, got it.
I love soft serve. Do you not know this?
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the soft serve
game.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, so fudge, lobster,
yes,
ice cream.
Gay people.
And
there are there are shows everywhere. The club, the every sort of like bar or hotel also has a club attached to it.
Ooh.
And every single night during Bear Week, every night there is a party from 10 until 1 a.m. sharp. and then everyone walks up the street to this one pizza place.
Oh.
And then they stand out in the street until 3 a.m, and then they all go to bed. Like, it's one of those towns where it's like, this is what you do with this. You do a pool party, and then you go to tea dance, and then you hike out to the beach if you want. It's great. And so during Bear Week, I describe Bear Week as like, I go through like a whiplash, a confidence whiplash.
Okay.
Where I'll look around on the street and I'm like, I want to fuck all these people. This is really hot. Like, look at all these hot people. This is great. Everyone's smiling. Everyone's making eye contact. I feel amazing about myself. And then you see like people who are hotter than you. And then you're like, I feel like trash about myself.
But why?
It's this whiplash where you're like, especially if like I wouldn't say I'm on a fitness journey, but I have goals. I lift weights and I have goals to be like in that like sort of muscly mountain.
I think you can call that a journey.
Sure. It's a slow journey, but it's a journey.
Sure. Who gives a shit?
I know. But
truly, here's what I'm going to say to you. Do not be hard on yourself about how slow or how fast you're achieving a goal or whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
Doing a little bit of something is better than doing nothing. I have a friend who was like, I'm going to walk 10 miles starting after dinner every day. Not 10 miles. It was something crazy.
Yeah.
And I was like, why every day? Why not just on Sunday? Why don't you walk one extra block?
Right.
And she was like, but I want to walk 10 miles every day. And I was like, but that's an insane goal. So like, why don't you just have a smaller goal? And then once you hit that, you're really excited, and then you're excited to hit the next goal.
Yeah.
So here's what I say to you.
Thank you. Okay.
Don't be hard on yourself.
I'll take it.
You're on a journey, and it doesn't matter how long it takes you to get to the end results, because there is no end. We live for a long fucking time. Jesus Christ.
And then sweet release.
And then, then we fucking die.
No, I am a binger. That's like my way of consuming TV, of consuming food, of like doing anything. And so I'm always like, I need to, like go hard.
I do that too.
Sports phrase, go hard in the paint when it comes to working out. They didn't say that at the
baseball.
They didn't?
No,
they also said no soft serve.
They said no soft serve. They kept saying, be loud. Be loud.
They wanted you to cheer louder for the Dodgers?
Yeah.
Why didn't you?
I did. And then when they like make noise, I kept going, ah!
That's what they're looking. That's actually the exact sound they're looking for when they ask you to. So the whiplash happens to me every time I'm in these like bear spaces because like the bear identity grew out of like gay men who didn't feel like they had a place because they didn't feel, oh, I'm not this stereotypical good-looking image. I mean, I've said this so many times. When I was growing up, the like joke on a sitcom about, oh no, you have a blind date. I hope he doesn't have back hair. Like, and it just like made,
it's like, I have back hair.
I hope he's not fat. And I'm like, oh, I'm fat and I have back hair. And then meanwhile, it's like at Bear Week, people will come up and like rub your back and be like, oh, you're so fuzzy. It's like, so, but then you also like look to your left and there's all the like muscle guys who get more attention or like and so it is this challenging thing of like we're creating a space, but that
but
weird
there's still like a hierarchy
high
within
school hierarchy.
The space.
Exactly.
That's interesting. That's not where my mind goes. Like, how earlier you were like, I never thought about adjusting things on myself to like to adhere to society. When I'm in a space and like people are flirting and stuff, my mind doesn't automatically go to like, wow, that other person's hotter. I'm like, well, we're all in the same space. We're all being celebrated for the differences of ourselves. I'll find mine somewhere else.
Yeah, that's a much healthier mindset than me being like,
because it's Bear Week, you gonna get fucked.
Right. Or they are.
Or they are, yeah. It doesn't, top?
Yeah.
Always a top?
Yeah.
Really? Have you ever bottomed?
I have.
That's such a rude question.
No, it's not. Why don't you sex me or whatever?
Why won't you sex me? Why won't you sex me?
That's actually what I walk around Bear Week saying. Why won't you sex me?
Why won't you sex me?
No, I had a very chaser-heavy Bear Week.
Oh, okay. So at Bear Week, everyone's a bear, but are the people who admire bears aren't necessarily always a bear?
Correct.
So are they
They're
allowed?
there. Yes.
They're not turned away at the door?
No, there's actually a thing. I mean, Bear Week's been happening for a long time in Provincetown. And then there's Lazy Bear in Guerneville. There is TBRU, Texas Bear Roundup, that happens in Dallas.
That seems like a trick.
Yeah.
Roundup?
Yeah, Texas
We're gay
Bear
in
Roundup.
Texas. You want me to fly to Texas to get Roundup?
There are there's like Pig Week that happens in Fort Lauderdale. That's for everybody, but a lot of bears go to it. I mean, there are bear events. There's Mad Bear that happens in Madrid. There's Sitges Bear Week, which is a beach town in Spain. There are bear events everywhere. The big bear romp happens in like Joshua Tree or in the desert. There was a San Francisco Bear Pride. I mean, the list goes on and on. And so the conversation everyone loves to have is like when the Twinks start coming to Bear Week to party because it's a good time. And then we're like, oh, well, girl, now all the Twinks are. And the funny thing is, not to make it, Jets versus Sharks, Twinks versus Bears, but the Shets. Not to make it, like a face-off, but there is like a little bit of like, a lot of bears carry around trauma.
Yes.
From like being the fat one in high school. And so there's always like a little, the little muscle twinks aren't getting a lot of attention this week. And my, fat ass belly with a little jiggle in my shake and cottage cheese on my thighs is, I'm bringing the boys to the yard.
That is interesting.
Yeah, it's a funny dynamic.
It is a funny dynamic. It's also interesting that Twinks, it's interesting when people don't necessarily respect the space they're in. Mm-hmm. Kind of like bachelorette parties at drag shows.
Well, the bachelorettes came to Bear Week.
They did?
Sure did.
Why?
Because they were like, oh, we want to go to a gay town. So they like rented a house and showed up. I saw multiple groups of like women in sashes. What's the sash about?
The sash is about
finding each other in a crowd? What's the sash about?
It is literally about pay attention to me. Yeah. I'm the most important because like a
then wear a better shoe. Sorry.
Wow. You don't like a block heel from Aldo?
That is what it was.
I know exactly what shoe you're talking about. Like the thick strap in the front, ties around the ankle, about 1.5 inches thick block that you can lock around
I'm
with.
like, at that point, just wear some Toms. Like, what are you doing?
Ew, wear some Toms. But yeah, it's like white women like to take up space where maybe they're not necessarily needed.
But then someone came up to me at one of the parties and it was like, oh, I don't know. I saw a girl in here. And I was like, that's okay. We're at a nightclub. He was like, I don't know. I mean, you think you're trying to have a good time. And I'm like, it's okay. We're at a nightclub. And he was talking because we took Meatball's Party Fat Slut out there. Mm-hmm. So we did a Fat Slut, which famously is a very mixed crowd.
Very inclusive.
And especially in P-Town, we were like, we're going to get a lot of, because P-Town is a gay space.
Yes.
Gay includes women and non-binary people. Mm-hmm. Even during Bear Week, there are
and trans.
Yes.
Don't forget about our trans brothers and sisters.
There are year-round residents. Mm-hmm. So like when Fat Slut happened, it was like townies, it was other, it was people there just like for their wedding trip or whatever. And I was like, you can be annoyed if like okay, not to do a tangent, but I'm trying to stay on theme here on your show.
Yes.
Tangents. Last night I was throwing my sex party.
That you won't let me work.
Well, a woman showed up with her phone out.
What?
And she was like, I'm sort of like an influencer and I wanted to make a funny video about like being turned away from the sex party. And I was like, no, leave. But then I was like, if we're rude to her, she might then film and be like, yes. I just got turned away. So, men can gather here, but I'm not allowed. And so what we ended up, I whispered to my friend who I, throw the party with, and he handled it so beautifully. He was like, like we really value the like protect the identity of the people who come here and we want to make it but I was like, you need to tell her you are threatening to make a safe space unsafe.
Yes.
For a marginalized community.
There you go.
But I was like, what?
That is actually unhinged.
She literally, I think the story was, and I was like sort of listening because I was like, I don't want to walk out there. I think she was either with her friend prior and he came to the party. So she like knew it was happening, or she had dropped him off and then sort of separate from him had this idea of like, I'll go in and it'll be this like funny video of like my point of view of getting turned away from a sex party.
I simply don't understand that. That's what I mean by like not respecting the space. It's so wild to be like, yeah, I'm going to film the location.
Rude.
I'm going to film the faces of the people throwing it.
Crazy.
I'm going to, maybe patrons going in might be in, like, that's just so nuts.
He turned her away and like 90 seconds later, she came back in and like tried again to like explain, no, the concept of the video is, and we were like, you, ma'am.
That's another thing about modern times that I don't like. People being like, no, you don't understand my video that I'm trying to do.
It's my video.
Like, well, you're not the main character in this part of the story.
At
and
all.
that part where you came up with it, you're the main character. I love it.
Right.
But I'm saying I don't want to be a participant, and I'm
Right.
allowed to say no.
I get stuck on those videos on TikTok of people exercising their First Amendment right to film in public. Have you ever seen these?
I'm not a TikTok girly.
Okay, that's fine. Have you seen them on Instagram?
I don't think so. It has not been aggregated to me yet.
Well, now after I say it in front of your phone.
It's somewhere.
No, it's just they're rage baiters. They set up on the street in front of a business and they film into the business. And then the store owner walks out and says, we can't have you filming our customers. And they go, oh, we can't? It is so infuriating. And they are correct.
Uh-huh.
They're allowed to film in public on a public street and anything
Sure.
that can be seen from a public street, as long as they don't cross the threshold. And we're being filmed probably at, whether a traffic, whether, a ring camera, a traffic camera, like whatever, we could probably piece together your whole public day.
Oh my God.
From cameras somewhere.
Oh yeah, that's when they're like, here are the last moments of Sydney who fell in a well.
Yes, or like, did you see the amazing film Madam Web?
Did I? I've seen it several times.
Me too.
I liked it.
Me too, Nicole!
Dipper, I really think upon first screening, I really think these execs should have looked at each other and said, should we pivot to Rocky Horror, where we invite people to talk to the screen and like really embrace how campy this is?
Yes.
I think it would have done better.
Like, there are so many like weird moments or pauses in dialogue that we could like yell out, like, get the Pepsi, or like whatever the product placement on that is crazy. She holds that can of Pepsi so much but never drinks it.
She really does. And then when they're doing the CPR, 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm tired. Keep the rhythm. 1, 2, 3. I'm tired.
That's crazy.
Her driving that taxi to the airport, getting on a plane and being in another country within minutes.
She was like, wait for me.
Yes, in the woods.
And then you went to the jungle? And the spider people took you down into the water?
The spider people said, a white lady, come on, please.
He was
come.
like, I birthed you. That's crazy. But anyways,
yes.
How they find them, how, oh my God, blanking on her name. Shosh from Girls.
Yes.
How she finds them on the computer is she taps into all the cameras everywhere.
Yes, she does. And
Madam Web is watching you.
Madam Web is watching you.
Yeah.
I loved Madam. Have you seen Craven?
No.
I have talked about Craven so much on this podcast.
What's its relation to Madam Web?
So Madam Web is in the Spider Universe. Sony had licensing to the Spider-Man villains.
Yes.
So Craven is a Spider-Man villain, but they do his origin story where he's actually the hero, and Aaron Taylor-Joy's in it, and he's so pretty. And
is it Anya Taylor-Joy's brother?
I don't know. Maybe.
That's crazy.
He's also in Nosferatu.
I think you mean Aaron Taylor-Johnson.
That's funny. I think I always call him Aaron Taylor-Joy.
Yes, you do.
Aaron Taylor-Johnson. I refuse to remember that.
That's okay.
But he's in it.
He's got enough money. He doesn't need you to remember his name.
He certainly does. And then also Russell Crowe is in it.
Okay.
And he's so bloated that you're just like worried the whole time. Like, is he going to pop?
Russell Crowe is in this very formative queer film from Australia.
Oh, no.
From like, I think the 90s, but it could have been filmed in the 80s.
Uh-huh.
he plays like a young rugby player.
Oh.
Faggot gay man.
I didn't say it.
He is so hot.
Uh-huh.
And he's like taking care of his dad who had a stroke.
Oh.
You know, his dad's like writing him notes like, go get the guy. You know, like it's like a rom-com. It is.
What's the name of the movie?
Please help me.
Is it The Sum of Us?
Yes, that's correct.
Oh.
That will make you want to jerk off and cry at the same time. That movie, he's so hot in that movie.
Well, in Craven,
he's bloated.
He's a little bloated.
Okay.
It's like he just had, every night before filming, he just had a lot of salt. And it's not a fat joke. It's true. It's just he seems bloated. Just like a lot of drinking the night before, a lot of French fries. And he does a Russian accent that's so nice. Yeah.
Okay. I haven't heard of this movie ever. I should see it.
I genuinely love it. Dipper, we have to take a break.
That's fine. Don't yell at me.
Fall is here and I love a little wardrobe refresh when the weather changes, but I don't want to spend a ton just to feel cozy and cute. That's why I'm into Quince. Quince makes it super easy to look polished, stay warm, and save big. Their stuff actually feels good and looks good. I'm talking 100% Mongolian cashmere starting at just $50. Washable silk tops, denim that fits right, and coats that look designer without the designer price tag. And now, it's getting a little colder, and I'm excited to pull out my Quince Mongolian sweater again. I bought it over a year ago, and guess what? It still looks amazing. And it's one of my go-to wears in the fall. Quince works directly with top-tier ethical factories and cuts out the middleman, which means you get luxury quality pieces at a fraction of the price. It's become a one-stop shop for me for all of my essentials. Keep it classic and cozy this fall with long-lasting staples from Quince. Go to quince.com/dateme for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/dateme to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/dateme. Persona Nutrition delivers science-backed, personalized vitamin packs that makes daily wellness simple and convenient. In just minutes, you get a plan tailored to your health goals. No clutter, PU. No guesswork, PU. Just grab and go packs designed by experts. Their free quiz asks me about my habits, like do I sleep? Do I stress? Do I remember to eat vegetables? Rude, but also important. The vitamin plan it gave me actually made sense, and I didn't have to Google anything. Now I got these neat little packs for the morning and the night, and I keep them right by my toothbrush, so I remember to take them when I'm doing my skincare and brushing my dang teeth. And it's made me way more consistent, and I feel like a more put-together woman. And if I'm ever like, wait, why am I taking this again? I can schedule a free consultation with a nutritionist. It's included. Go to personanutrition.com/dateme today to take the free assessment and get your personalized daily vitamin packs. And for an exclusive offer, get 40% off your first order. That's personanutrition.com/dateme. Take the free assessment now. We're back.
Still yelling.
I love yelling. So wait, you're not single. You are single.
I'm single. I'm chronically single.
Do you want to be in a relationship? It feels like no.
No. Yeah, it feels like no. But I would be open to it. I'm a holic. I'm a workaholic.
Yes, you do work a lot.
And I'm a binger. And so I don't know that in the current setup of my life, there's space for a relationship. And so it's been really easy to like not look for one. I've had like, I will say 3-ish pretty formative relationships in my life.
Would you call them great loves?
No.
Okay.
But like the first one was like a secret, like passionate love affair with a coworker when we were like camp counselors. And so we were supposed to be like, you know, overseeing the kids and we were like all living in these dorms and we were like the RAs. And so on our nights off, we would like sneak around.
Oh my God.
That was very cool.
How old were you?
I was I don't know, 24, 25. And he was very different looking than I. Like model good looking.
Okay.
Like, you're like, oh yeah, abs are this many numbers. Oh no, they're that many numbers. It's like
when you touch an ab for the first time that's defined, it's like, well, the body can do that.
Truly.
My God.
And I was like, yeah, cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like, what are we doing?
Whoa.
So that was, and I had known him when I met him when I was like in my early 20s, and I was just sort of like, boop, 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 and then I'd sort of like matured into a more confident version of myself. And then I was like, oh, like my little crush on you is reciprocated. That was cool. And then I sort of dated someone who was like a colleague, very similar to me.
I love it. You're like, I'm not going far to find anybody. I'm going to work. I'm clocking in.
No.
And then locking in.
Not a colleague. I guess not a colleague. It was someone who did similar work to me in Chicago. Like we both worked in theater. We were both bears. We like socialized. So it felt very like boyfriend twin type of vibe. And that was sort of short-lived. And I was also at the height of my pothead era. And so like I don't remember any of dating him. But he has like,
how devastating for him.
Well, he's reminded me of like, yeah, and you had pretty wild behavior. Like you would get up at 5 a.m. and go smoke a joint and then come back to bed and like smell like weed. And I really thought you were a burnout. That was short-lived, but fun. And we're still friends now.
Okay.
And then I had like my most adult relationship, which we lived together in New York.
Oh.
Yeah.
For how long?
3 years.
That's a solid amount of time.
Yeah. And we like, visited each other's family and like, we were like, we were doing really well. And he had said to me, he was like, this is the healthiest relationship I've ever been in because I am a communicator. And he had only been in like non-communicative relationships before. So he was like, oh, we like talk about problems. I learned a lot about how other people don't process like I do. He would say to me like, I need a day and then we can discuss that. And I was like, well, don't avoid. He's like, I'm not avoiding. I
just need some time to process this. And I ask, why did it end?
I ended it to move here.
Oh, okay.
And he wanted kids. And he was ready. He was 11 years older than me. And he was ready to like be like, I've done a lot of crazy stuff. He had lived in LA. He went back to New York. He had done his like artist day. He had done all this stuff. And he was like, I'm ready to settle down. And I was like, I'm just getting started. We are still friends.
I like that.
Every time I talk to him on the phone, I'm like, gotta steal him back from his man. But not in a way that I think I'm like actively pursuing.
No.
Just in a way when I talk to him, I'm reminded of like,
how good it was.
Yes.
How healthy it was.
And it wasn't out of, you know how sometimes you look back and you're like, oh, well, that, I wasn't even being real. It was just out of convenience. This, I sort of thought it was because it just happened out of nowhere. I was like, oh, now we're dating. Now we live together. But like, it really was a very good relationship.
I think that's really sweet that that's one of the relationships that was formative for you. And I also think it's really sweet that the two of you remained friends after being like, well, we're just not going to work because we want different things. But there's still love here. And it didn't devolve into anything like, like sometimes people break up and they're like, fuck that person, that, and the other. And I'm like, yikes.
Yeah.
Like I had a pretty bad relationship with somebody for a while. It was a situationship, so whatever. That is a relationship. And it wasn't good, but I refused to like truly badmouth this person because it's like, I spent 2 years with them. So if I'm bad-mouthing them, what the fuck does that make me?
Yeah.
A fucking idiot. And I refuse to be an idiot. I learned a lot.
And also like, I have not been in the, like, he didn't cheat on me or lie to me or steal money from me. It's like, sometimes when people are like, fuck my ex, and then you find out what they did, you're like, got it.
Yeah, got it. You threw a dog out the window down the stairs and shot your coffee table. Yeah.
And it's 3 legs, man.
And it's like, oh no, how will it ever?
No, I was just a friend of mine after I left Bear Week. This friend of mine out there texted me a photo of me and my ex from 13 years ago, like one of the first Bear Weeks he took me to. He was the first one who took me. And I was like, huh? Like, I'll show you the picture. It's super cute. And I was like, oh, I missed that. And I immediately texted it to him. And he was like, oh my God, that's so great. Like, look at that photo. And then he said to me, he was like, man, I really should have taken advantage of like having a lot more sex when I was like that age, when I was younger. And I was like, yeah, remember I was trying to pass your hole around town and you wouldn't let me? He was like too shy.
Remember when I was trying to pass your hole around town and you were too shy? What a sentence.
When we got together, he was like, do you want to be my boyfriend? But I know you don't want to be monogamous. And I was like, correct, because I was traveling a lot for gigs. I was out of town like every other weekend. I was like, I'm trying to fuck, whoever's in Denver.
How do you not get jealous about your partner fucking other people?
Oh God, I'm gonna butcher the word. What does it mean?
Cornucopia.
When you derive pleasure from your partner's
happiness?
Pleasure or happiness. It's like corporealism. No.
Oh, yeah.
Compersion?
Compersion. That is a pretty word.
Yes. So like I have that. Because in my mind, like if we were dating, we would have this and that and our history and our love for Madame Web and all of those things that have been the building blocks. So the fact that I could walk across the room and go up to some guy that you and I were looking at, and we're like, he's hot. And I'm like, yeah. And I walk over and I say, hey, my partner has a hole for you. You want to fuck? And the hot guy comes over and I go, have at it. And you look at me and you're like, cool, thank you. And then you get this pleasure and we have this connection around. So what? The dick goes in you. I don't care. Like, that to me is a deeper connection than just the sex.
On a fundamental level, I do get it.
Yeah.
But in my brain, I immediately go, well, that means I'm not enough. It means that I'll never be enough. They'll always need something else. And one day they're just going to leave me. But it's like, well, they could also leave me in a monogamous relationship.
Yeah, of course. I remember having dinner with my family one time, and it was shortly after I broke up with this guy. And my mom was like, well, I just want you to be happy. Do you think that you might want to try to date someone again? It's like her and my dad have been together for forever. There was like, my mom dated like one guy for a little bit and then they settled down and they got married. Like it was like, and I said to her, maybe, but like also maybe in a decade. Like, I don't know. I sort of foresee having anywhere from 5 to 10 good, solid life, altering or very impactful to my life relationships. And I think that is a positive view of a love life. Like, I don't think one person forever is going to make me happy. And so to me, the like, am I not enough question, I'm like, well, no one is enough. I hang out with my friends to get this vibe. I hang out with a sexual partner to get that vibe. I don't want to date the guy who fucks like a stallion, and everyone's jealous of. That's not my boyfriend. Like, I want to have him in my phone to call him up and say,
fuck me like a stallion.
Ring the alarm. Ring the alarm!
Ring the alarm!
But you know what I mean? Like, I want to call him up and be like, it's fucking time. But I don't necessarily...
It's morphin' time. It's fucking time.
I don't necessarily want him on my couch every night.
Sure, I get that.
And so I think, to have a full life, we fill it. I have my family bucket and my work bucket and my this and my that. And so I don't think a relationship is necessarily different than that. I think just the parameters of what it means to date someone means one thing. I do think the compersion bit is a little more challenging when you're not organizing it together.
Yes, because if you're in Denver looking for trade, then how is the compersion happening with you and your partner?
Exactly. Now, I'll tell you, an example for me was I went out of town So we were with this ex from, it's so funny. This is from like over a decade ago, but the entire time we were together, we were open. I acted upon it way more than he did. We both knew that. I also, I was younger. My libido was way more intense than his was. But, I remember one time coming back from a gig, and I was like, what was your weekend like? He was like, oh, there were these open studios in Williamsburg, so I, walked around. I had some fun. I was like, I saw a little twinkle in his eye. I was like, what do you mean? He was like, well, I went into this one gallery, and, the guy was there, and he was really hot. We were sort of, flirting, and no one else came in, and he sort of slid back this curtain and revealed this back room, and I followed him back there, and we fucked in the studio. And I was like, tell me all the details. And it got me hot, so and then we ended up fucking.
Where you were like, let me hear about it.
Yes.
Also, that doesn't happen for straight women. I've never been to a gallery where someone slid a fucking curtain back and was like, let me fuck you. I feel like that only happens to gay men and in queer as folk.
I feel like you could be accurate in that assumption. Have you ever had sex in an art gallery?
No!
I've had sex in 3 different art galleries.
Of course you have.
I remember in Chicago, I went by and this guy was setting up his show. And when I went in the front door, I locked it behind me so I could blow him. And
Entrapment!
He didn't know that was coming, but he liked it.
Entrapment! You can't.
Well, he could. I didn't lock it with. I locked it with the key and swallowed it. No, I flipped the deadbolt so no one would come in after me.
And after I blow you, you gotta wait till that shit. That's my kink. If you swallowed the key.
And then you gotta get the key
what you said.
out of the dookies.
Out of the dookies. Oh my God.
So yeah, I don't know. I'd be open to a boyfriend. But you got to match my freak. You know what I mean? You have to meet me where I'm at. I've always said, at this point, I feel like conversations around promiscuity and non-monogamy and STIs and taking PrEP and about Doxy. Do you know about this?
Ooh, what's Doxy?
So Doxy is doxycycline that a lot of people take for acne or if you get an ear infection. It's a pretty standard antibiotic.
Oh.
But sexual health medical providers are prescribing for promiscuous, mostly in the gay community, but just anyone who is having a lot of sex to have a store of Doxy at home. And if you have unprotected sex, there's a window of time from 24 to 72 hours where you can take a double dose, 200 milligrams of Doxy, and it greatly reduces the risk of getting chlamydia or gonorrhea.
Oh.
And so people take Doxy all the time. They'll go have, they're on their PrEP or they're on their HIV meds, and then they go and have unprotected sex, and then they take their Doxy, and then they don't end up, getting chlamydia.
That's nice.
And if the whole crew of people at the orgy or whatever are all fucking drugged up, medicated up,
medicated up,
then
we're risk, not partying and playing.
The risk is significantly lower across the board.
You're doing a public service.
Yeah.
Tell
you mean right here?
Yes, right here.
Do your research to figure out the dosage, but yeah, it's it's an up to 72-hour window typically.
That's what we need more of.
Sexual health education?
Sexual health education. Also just finding cures for things.
Oh yeah.
Can we AIDS still doesn't have a cure?
Well,
yeah.
Don't get me started on the
it's not nice. We should find a cure for it.
Yeah. I'm just saying there's big money in not having a cure. Not to get all...
Because you could keep people on medication that they have to pay for, and some people have to pay out of pocket and whatnot.
I think they're close, though, on the cure.
Well, get on it. I think that's what they should use AI for. Use AI to find cures for cancer and AIDS and
fixing the fucking...
The ozone layer.
There you go. That's the word.
But I think it's ruining the ozone layer more.
Bro, what's happening down in Memphis is crazy.
Is it Memphis where they have the AI farm where people don't have water?
Grok.
It's crazy. It's so wild. What are we doing? I talk about AI every episode because I hate it.
Yeah.
I simply don't like it. I think it's bad.
The challenge that I find is that we can't slip into the older generation thing of the new thing is so bad that we fight it.
Yes.
Because we have to know when cell phones first came around, there were people who were like, I'm not getting a cell phone. I take calls in my office and I take calls in my home. It's like.
They were right.
I agree.
I should not have a computer in my pocket.
But it's going that direction.
Yes.
So the question is how to embrace it in a way that is as ethical as possible, as environmentally protective as possible. And it's about these big restrictions need to be put on how it's used from like a top-down level, but sadly, our top-down right now is pretty shitty.
It's not good. I'll say it's not good.
I'll say that.
I say that. It's not good. I guess I agree with you, but like, there's been like 2 videos recently where I was like, I shared it with someone, they're like, this is AI, and I was like, oh no.
Oh, you didn't?
I'm getting fooled, and I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I don't want to be fooled anymore.
What fooled you? Was the cat talking?
No, it was a lady falling off a fence.
Oh. Did she have all her fingers?
When upon closer inspection, the way she falls is not how people fall.
No, I always clock that there's something with the audio. It's always sort of crackly up top.
Interesting.
And that's the thing.
But it's going to get to a point where it's not crackly up top. Everyone's going to have their fingers and toes, and it's going to look so fucking real.
True.
Oh, Lord.
This show is sponsored by Betterhelp. Have you ever found yourself venting your personal problems to like your Lyft driver or telling your entire life story to the lady doing your nails? Same. I also use this podcast to vent about all my issues. But hey, sometimes you need to talk to someone who's actually trained to help. That's where BetterHelp comes in. BetterHelp matches you with a licensed therapist online so you can stop unloading on strangers or your group chat and start working with someone who knows what to do with your spiral. Just fill out a quick questionnaire and they'll match you based on your needs and your preferences. And if it's not the right vibe, guess what? You can switch therapists at any time. No awkward breakup, conversation required. And they've got receipts. Over 5 million people have used BetterHelp, and it's rated 4.9 out of 5 from over 1.7 million reviews. They've been doing this for over 10 years, and they know how to help you find your person. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Find the one with BetterHelp. My listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/dateme. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/dateme.
Dipper?
Yes?
Do you have any advice for single people?
I am single.
I know. Do you have advice for your fellow fucking people?
I guess, but in what context? To achieve what?
Happiness.
Do you? For me? Because I'm flailing. What are you talking about?
I do. You could be nicer to yourself.
Ooh, I thought you were about to say nicer to people.
No, I don't give a shit about people.
Again, me being mean to myself.
No, I think you could be nicer to yourself. Because so many people love you, so why would you be mean to that person?
That's true. Did Mary teach you that?
Listen, I've moved on from therapists.
I know.
But Mary did kind of teach me that.
I feel like she did, because I feel like I learned that lesson from you like 3 or 4 years ago.
When we first started working together, she was like, what do you want out of therapy? I was like, to be better. And she's like, let's just accept this person that you are and work on maybe improving that person. And I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, it's like, what's better?
Yeah, what is better?
What is better? I don't know. Subjective.
It is subjective. I don't know. I know how I want to be a better person. I would like to wake up just earlier than I need to and like take time for myself, because the way I wake up is I wake up and I go, all right, I have to get ready in 10 minutes. And then 30 minutes will roll by. And then I go, oh no. And then I'm like a little hurricane in my house trying to like figure out how to leave.
Yeah.
And then my poor dog gets a short walk until I can walk him later. And it's just like, if I just woke up a little bit earlier and took time for me, I think I would be happier.
Yeah.
But that's been really hard for me to do.
It's a challenge. I think it's really hard to, this modern age, we like consume so much.
Yeah.
And so much that we consume on that tiny little computer in our pocket is like unqualified people giving us advice.
Yes.
Is people that will never interact in real life showing us what a better life they have. Like when we talk about, is today a hellscape? I consider this all the time. I'm like, things are much better, but they feel much worse because we are consuming every tiny little piece of news.
Yeah.
But also back in the day, the only news we got was heavily filtered by the companies that owned the 3 newspapers or the 3 channels that showed the nightly news or whatever. So it's really hard to discern like what's real and what's not and what's right and what's wrong and what's better and what's not better. So I think like to comment on your how to be better, but then also answer the advice question, I think it's like finding something you can do that makes you feel good that isn't like destructive. I participate in a lot of behavior that makes me feel good in the moment, but then I don't.
Like instant gratification, and then you're like, well.
I'll stay up and binge a TV show all night long, but then I'm tired the next day. And I love the binge, but then when I'm exhausted the next day, I'm like, what did I do that for? Same with food.
Yeah, that's
Same
me with
like,
food.
You know, and I'm just like, why not go the step beyond and then like do the thing that I know is going to make me feel good? Ultimately, not in the moment.
Because that's hard. Instant gratification is a really nice thing.
And we're trained to look for it even more now than
you
now
post,
more
you
than
post
ever.
Something and then people immediately like it and you're like, ooh, how many likes do I get?
Yeah, and how many times a day do you look at that phone because you get a ding and it's a fucking ad?
Yes.
And you're like,
then I spend more time on the phone. So I put a timer on my phone.
Yeah.
So I have to ask for more time on Instagram when it hits it.
Please, sir, can I have some more?
Yeah. And every time I'm like 15 more minutes, I'm like, God, you little crackhead, go read a book. Go do anything else.
Go read a book.
My God.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I've been struggling through this book that I like, but it's like, it's really hard to sit and read for 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah.
So I'm reading an easier book because it's written like a text message. And I'm like,
with the bubbles?
No.
Oh.
I just mean it's not written well. It's easy sentences, easy to read.
How you find it? You Google easy book?
No, it's just a book that I've had for a really long time.
Oh, okay.
So I'm rereading that. It is
It's okay. You don't have to share. It makes you happy.
It's the Giving Tree.
Okay.
I'm just reading the Giving Tree over and over and over again. It makes me happy.
Yeah.
I like the book, but I was like, that's how I'm going to ease into reading again. I'm going to finish this easy-ish novel.
Yes.
And then I'm going to go back to my harder one.
Yeah.
Girl, times is tough for the brain.
It is. And a new frontier. We've never been here before. We don't know how like corroded our fucking technology zapped brains are.
No.
Okay, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
How do you feel about this? I have this mentality when it comes to men. I want to fuck first. And I want to see if the sex is good and fun and exciting. And then I'd be willing to like have coffee.
I love that.
You
and that's
do?
honestly how I used to be.
Okay.
I used to be like, I gotta fuck you on the first date to make sure that the dick is good, this, that, and the other. But I never dated anybody who actually liked me. If I were to really be real with myself and think about everyone I dated for more than 3 dates, for more than a month, not one of those men liked me. I was there, I was available, but they
Good
didn't.
sexual chemistry?
Most of them, yes. Most of the people I dated past like a month or whatever, yes. And then the person I dated a couple years ago, I was like, I think I'll wait. And then we waited. It was good. But then like that person also didn't, I think they liked me, but like we were not compatible. And then my current partner, I think we're compatible in a lot of different aspects, sexually, non-sexually. And he is one of my favorite people to just like be with.
See,
and
that's why I'm like reconsidering this philosophy.
Yeah, because with him, it's like everything's really good. You know, and it's like we have problems. Everybody has problems.
Sure.
But like for the most part, I would say like 97% of it is really fucking good.
Right. And you want to be like, I want to talk to you about Craven
Yes.
over and over again.
This man, we were at a hotel and we were at a bar before we got to the hotel. He was like, I can't wait to get in bed and watch Craven with you. And I was like, Okay.
You were drenched.
Drenched, soaking fucking wet. They had to get the mops out.
Ring the alarm.
Ring the alarm, get the mops. And then he spent a good half hour trying to cast it to the hotel TV.
Oh.
And then it didn't work. So then he just set up his laptop where we could both watch it. And then it was just like so sweet. And then he kept threatening to buy an HDMI cable, HDMI.
Threatening.
Yeah, but he never did it. So that's why it was a threat. But it was just like this person in my life loves me and wants to make me happy.
Yeah.
And I'm happy watching Craven
Yeah.
in a hotel room. So he was like, I want to make that happen. And I guess that means so much to me.
Yeah.
And it's like, sex is a plus. It's like a bonus. But it's like being with someone who likes me and admires me and like looks at me in a way that like, I'm just like, oh my God, he thought that was funny.
Yeah. Well, because that's the thing of like, oh, you can always go out and find more sex.
Yes.
You can always like, maybe your relationship isn't open, but you have an agreement that like, oh, it's summertime. Let's have one night where we like bring in a third or let's do this or let's do that. You can always do that. But that like long-term sort of connected chemistry, that's a harder thing to find. And so it's almost like, I think for me in looking out into the, the sea, the fish in the sea.
The fish in the sea.
I'm always thinking about like, well, who's gonna like, I haven't met anyone that has really captured my attention, and like one way or the other. I'm also so impressed when people have been together for a really long time.
Same.
And then they go like, oh yeah, I couldn't keep my hands off them. We like had to fuck again. I'm like, really? Sometimes
like,
when I go back,
sick of it?
I'm like, sometimes when I go back for thirds, I'm like, okay, that's.
But I think there's something to being attracted to somebody and then being best friends with somebody and then choosing to do life with that person. I think all of that makes that person more attractive and it makes you want to like never get your hands off of them. And it like.
Yeah, I mean, it would be cool to be like, a couple years into a relationship and then they're like, oh, I called the bank and I like reorganized our retirement. We're going to get a better interest rate. And I'm like, I'm going to suck the dick right off your body.
Being with someone like that is nice. Like my partner thinks of things like that. And I'm always like, whoa, my God. It
this
blows
is such
me
like
away.
a 40-year-old conversation. It's so funny. I used to do sex all the time. And now I want someone to reorganize the interest rate.
Someone to do my retirement plan. Dipper, we have come to the end.
Yes.
Would you date me?
The first time I was on this show, I said no. Do you remember this? And no one has really said no.
Yeah.
And I said no because I was like, I don't date women and I think we're too alike.
Well, my friend Mitch, that was what he said. He was like, I think we would just like eat ourselves to death. We're too much alike.
Oh my God, that is so funny. But, we've grown closer over time.
Yeah.
And I feel like we've both like matured in ways that would be complementary.
I think so too. Also, you say you communicate a lot. I'm getting there. Communication is very hard. I used to be a person that was like, oh, I need a day. Or I wouldn't even say I needed a day. I would just be like, it's fine. Then a day and a half later, I'd be like, here's a wall of a text. It wasn't fine.
It wasn't fine. Yeah, I would date
but
you.
I'm getting into the mindset of like, in the moment I can say, hey, I didn't love that.
Yeah.
I didn't like that.
And there's a way about doing that when you communicate it, you're also, you learn, or at least for me, like, there's a way to be like, I didn't like that. And it's fighting versus, hey, I didn't like that. And here's why.
Yes.
And it's like said with a loving tone or like an inviting tone of like, we're still here.
We could talk about this.
Yeah. But I just want to let you know, don't do that again. Yeah.
I once dated somebody where I had to do a lot of preamble before doing that. I had to go, hey, this is not a dig on you, your character, you as a person, but I didn't like when you did X, Y, and Z. And then somehow they would always turn it around on how they were a bad person and how little. And that is exhausting.
It's so exhausting because you're like, now you've created a brand new issue when I'm just trying to talk about what happened here.
And it's like, why can't you just say sorry?
And hear me when I say if I didn't like you, I wouldn't be doing the work of trying to make this better.
Yes. Yes.
I like you.
Yes.
That's why we're talking about
this. Oh, Dipper, you get it.
Maybe I am ready for a boyfriend.
It sounds like you
Call
are.
me. Call me, gentlemen.
Well, where can people find you? What do you want to promote?
I'm on Instagram at Big Dipper Jelly. I have a podcast with Meatball, former guest of this pod, called Sloppy Seconds.
It's such a fun time.
We've been doing it forever. Isn't it crazy to reflect back and be like, wow, we've been podcasting forever? I mean, you've been doing...
I can't believe how long I've done this show. And I can't believe I still like doing it. I really love doing this show.
I love podcasting. That was my one goal in moving out here, because you're co-host on another show, Lauren Lapkus.
Yeah.
When we went to middle school and high school together. She was my prom date.
Do you have a picture of that?
No, because
I'm sure Lauren does.
Oh, yeah. And it's a photo of her sitting next to an empty chair with my sport coat on it, because I was a senior and she was a junior and I was gay. Duh. So there was no pretense that we were like on a date. And I was like, I'm bringing my friend, but I'm friends with everybody here. So I was like on the dance floor, like having a great time.
So
and
funny.
She'll always text it to me. It's a photo of her with an empty chair. And she's like, just you remember this.
Just you remember this. Were you out in high school?
No. I came out to like 3 people in my senior year. So some people knew and most people suspected. But Lauren had a bunch of successful podcasts. And so when I moved out to LA, my goal was to start a podcast. And shortly after I moved, I met Meatball and I was like, hello, stranger. Would you like to start a podcast together? And that's how we started working together.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so funny. You weren't friends before?
No. I met her in a nightclub backstage. We had a really nice conversation. And I've been sober for like 14 years. And I said to her backstage, she's in drag. Back when she used to wear leotards with the belly cut out.
Yeah.
And I was like,
That
okay.
was a nice era.
We're both bears. And we're having this coherent conversation. I was like, it's so great to meet someone and have like a real, actual, like drunk conversation in a nightclub. She was blacked out
I'm
drunk.
sure.
Her superpower is that people don't know that she's blacked out.
Until she's vomiting somewhere.
Right.
You're like, ugh.
And then I hit her up the next day and I was like, let's have a meeting about this thing. And we started the podcast. And it was like months later, she was like, I don't remember that.
That's so funny. I don't remember that. I'll go to this meeting.
But
Why
then
not?
it was later revealed to me that prior to her drag career, she was a fan. She came to my shows. She bought my merch. We found old pictures of her tagging me, talking about in my Big Dipper Jelly merch.
Oh my, I'm obsessed with that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love that so much. Why won't you let me work a sex party?
I think because currently the gay male ego is too fragile to have a femme energy in that space. If my sex party evolves and we have like a queer or like more inclusive scenario, then yes.
Very Jameer answer. What if I do drag?
You're also too famous.
What if I do drag?
And do what? Then you're not going to want to work.
What if
You would hang
if I
out?
do drag at the door?
Oh, you want to do drag at the door?
Yeah, where I just look like Kenan Thompson and I take
problem
money
is-
in people's coats.
You look like Kenan Thompson. The problem is that men, when they're coming to these spaces, they're like, park their car and they're like kind of nervous and they put their head down and they're like they're not ready because we do them in cool and interesting industrial and unique locations. So people are trying to zip on in there.
I get it.
If I do, I'm looking to expand the brand. I'm going to turn the brand.
Fine.
Listen, I'm going to turn the brand into a porn studio.
Oh.
And I'm going to turn the brand into like a nightlife thing. So as we expand that, there will be a place for you in the Drain Your Nut family.
It's such a funny name for something. Drain Your Nut.
So proud of it as a branding position.
It's so funny.
Because it's like, it can become DYN, which like is a weird 3 letters, but it's like,
what would Jesus do?
What is
Drain
it?
Your Nut.
Drain Your Nut means so many things. Could be a party where you're like, dance your face off.
Mm-hmm.
It could become a gambling night where you drain your nut.
Drain your nut, spend your money.
Yeah. Or it could be what it is right now, which is a fuck party where everybody comes.
And where can people find that?
DrainYourNut.com. Not on the show advertising the sex party. It's wild.
Maybe it'll become like a destination. People will come to visit LA to come to drain your nut.
Well, we do it in Phoenix and Palm Springs, soon to be San Francisco.
Too hot.
Chicago. All these places have air conditioning. San Diego.
You heard it here first.
We do it
All
everywhere.
those places have air conditioning. Okay, well, if you like this episode of Why Won't You Date Me, you can like, you can rate, you can subscribe, give me 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. And if you write me something nasty hitting on me to whywontyoudatemepodcast@gmail.com, we're running low. Please send some. Don't send them to my my Instagram or anything. Please send them to whywontyoudatemepodcast@gmail.com. Dear Nicole, if I knew I could get a chance with you, I would take a course to get licensed in hot air balloon flying. I would pick the prettiest purple hot air balloon and fly you up in it. Okay. I'd eat your pussy so good that you'd reach a new level of pleasure that makes you giggle uncontrollably.
Well, yeah, because you'd be up in the air. A new level of pleasure.
The altitude. Oh, new level. That was smart. You got it. I didn't get that joke. With each giggle, your pussy eating would get better and better until we fill the hot air balloon with your juices. Well, that's going to weigh it down. You're trying to kill me? Who knows? Maybe we'll give the airplanes above a good show. From Anonymous Gemini Fan. Thank you, Anonymous Gemini Fan.
Famously love to look down through the floor of the airplane.
Why don't they have boats with the clear bottoms. Why don't they make planes with the clear bottoms?
It would be too scary.
I would love it.
Yeah.
Bye.
That was a HeadGum podcast.